So this is where this model was left off in the previous demonstration regarding the design process of this thing. First thing I usually always do that we should be all doing for good habit is once you have approached a threshold, you need to copy your model um, from in order to duplicate it as you're working on the next step. Okay, it's just good habit to do. It's good protocol. And once you've done that, I think what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and hide all these guys. Okay, these are skills and tools that you've actually seen in your 121. You should know what this tool is up here. Actually, I also just noticed my Z-axis is not on. I just need to go in and maybe turn that Z-axis on. There we go. All right. I like to have the Z-axis on because I always like to know which way is up. We rotate a lot. So since this is, I'm going to be trying to make some decisions in terms of the interior spatially, where I'm going to put my pedestal, where I'm going to penetrate the roof or the walls for these sun angles. I'm going to then I'm going to need to know where the floor is. So I'm going to proceed to place a floor in here so I can get inside the box. First step for me is just to explode this first and get rid of, let's go to shaded mode for a second. Delete the bottom floor. Once you explode it, you definitely have to come back and union it. Okay, otherwise you can't do certain things to it afterwards. So once you have the floor taken out, go ahead and make a floor layer. Let's call it floor. Let's give it a green color just so that we're a little bit different from the gray box itself. Let's make that floor layer current. And let's kind of rotate with your right button of your mouse. Look at the bottom of the box. Make sure it's solid again. Go ahead and do a solid box right over here. Okay, and take your mouse up and then type 9 for 9 inches. And there you go, you've got a solid box right there. Let's go ahead and move your floor up. There we go. Okay. Now the next thing we should do is to, again, we're trying to see how we're going to design the interior of this thing and how the interior is impresses itself on the exterior, windows, doors, and what the effects of the exterior is on the interior as well in terms of the spatial divisions on the interior. Go to shaded mode, ghosted mode, so we can see the inside of it. Let's go ahead and since we're going to try to look at the interior, we want to see when we make thickness to these walls what we're left with. So go ahead, select this and type offset surface. Select this choice right here. These arrows tell you which way things are going to offset. What are 9 inches? Yes. Sharp? Yes. Solid? Yes. Flip all so that everything gets offset to the inside because I want to maintain my 30 by 30 by 30, right? If you are flipping to the outside, you're going to have 30 feet plus 9 inches, 30 feet plus 9 inches, and that is totaling a bit too much. We want to maintain a 30 by 30. Press enter when done. Okay, and take a look at, now you can kind of tell that you have the thicknesses. All right, now I can tell how much more space I ate up from the inside. Since I'm going to move inside, I want it to do that step. Be very careful in this step, and I think in our 121 we talk about this. When you do offset all surfaces for the entire box, sometimes it goes out of whack if all your angles are not perfectly 90 degrees. If your box is not a solid box, if you have holes in it, windows in it, things are at an angle, it will not work. So please maintain your steps perfectly as you move along so you don't have any kind of warped surfaces or angled surfaces when you offset the entire shell inwards. Okay, I have prepared earlier um, a pedestal and an art piece. Okay, I'm going to show them right here. Okay, they're right there. I'm going to move them right over so we can work with them. I'm going to turn off these guys, turn off these guys temporarily, and move with the green arrow forward. Okay, and this art pedestal with the art on top of it, with the sun rays coming in the winter and then the equinox and in the summer, these are skills that you've already gained in your ARC 121 class. And if you have not done that yet, please go to the ARC 121 course on Canvas and look at modules 1, 2, 3, and go to your week 2 module 1.21, and you will see videos on how to do this stuff. Okay, you have your all the videos here that will give you the technical skills to implement your design intent for this project. So Sun Earth tools and how to find the angles, and then how to draw those angles also we do and show you in ARC 121. So please go ahead and study those. Um, so we have one already over here, so I'm going to go ahead and move this guy up to my floor, because my floor is here now, right? Okay, so make sure that it's right up on the floor, and I'm going to move it inside the building. I had grouped all of this together with this grouping icon, so when I move these things, I can move them uniformly. Okay, all the sun rays and all the pedestal and so on and so forth. Okay, so I believe now my pedestal is indoors, and you can kind of tell. Let's go to top view, and maybe we can see this a little more accurately. Let's go to shaded mode over here. Ghosted mode, I meant. Okay, I can see the shell. I can see, so since this looks like it's on the green part, which is my floor, that means it's on the inside. Okay, so next video we'll talk a little bit about how to rotate this thing and place windows on the walls and the roof.